Hey everyone, what's going on? Today I'm going to be bringing you a first impression try on for this new nail product that I found at Target. They are the Dashing Diva Gloss Gel Polish Strips. Now, they're not like a brand new product, but they're new to me. I've been using more nail polish than anything else for the last couple years, and I'm really interested to see how these gel strips work. So let me give you a little bit of information on this product. These are the Dashing Diva Gloss Ultra Shine Gel Palette in the shade Blue Vixen. They are $6.99 at Target, and you get 32 nail strips in this pack. Some of the claims, they say that you will get a super strong gel manicure that lasts up to 14 days. They are chip-resistant, ultra shiny gel nail strips, quick application, non-wrinkling, waterproof formula with no UV dry time. They say they are gentle, non-damaging removal, and the strips do not dry out, so you can store your extras for more mani creations. They're also supposed to last up to 14 days, which is something I'm definitely going to be checking out and testing. So I'm going to show you how easy they are to apply. Not like a legit tutorial, but just kind of talking through, reading the instructions and trying them out for myself just like this. Show you some pictures of what they look like immediately after I apply them right now. And then over the next week or two, if they last that long, I'll take some pictures and clips and show you how they last. I work full-time as a forensic scientist, so I'm always using my hands, and I really try not to use my nails as tools at all, but sometimes it happens. So I want to see if these gel strips will actually last when I have to use my hands all the time. I also want to see if they will last when I use nail oil. Now, I love using nail oil to actually care for the health of my natural nails, so I'm curious that if I wear nail oil, is it going to make these peel up faster, or does it actually stick? So we're going to put all that to the test. Let me go ahead and show you how these apply. Okay, so speaking of not using my nails as tools, I'm just going to grab my nail file to like open the pack so I don't damage my nails. Okay, so this is what the pack looks like once I open it up. You can see you've got a bunch of different sizes of strips, and this one has some cute little designs, some glitter going on, so that's really pretty. So I'm going to try to get a nice manicure using all of these different types of strips, and then we'll test out and see how well they last. The other thing I want to see is that I've been dealing with peeling on my nails. I kind of always deal with it. So you can kind of see there's like a little bit of peeling like at the tip of my middle nail, my ring finger. You can see it on my pointer finger a lot too, kind of like right there. My right hand has it too. My right hand's a little bit shorter just because it's always shorter. But because I'm dealing with that peeling, I want to see if that's going to affect the way that these gel strips actually apply and how well they last too. Okay, so in the pack, you get the strips themselves. There's this little like silver thing. I don't know what that is. It does come with a nail file. It's not like my favorite quality, but it's fine. I think it's going to be good for filing off the excess. I would prefer to just use a glass nail file though, but that's fine. You get a prep pad, which I think is just an alcohol wipe, which I do have extra alcohol wipes here if I need it. And then you've got the instructions. So just reading through these really quick. Okay, all right, I think I know what I'm doing. Great. So I already took off the nail polish I had before. I got most of it off. Actually, I got all of it off. There's like a tiny bit of blue stuck on my thumbnail from like underneath my peeling, but that's fine. And I washed my hands. I didn't push my cuticles back, so I'm just going to do that using my thumbnail on my opposite hand and just gently kind of like roll it back like this. You could use like an actual cuticle pusher. You can also just do this. I think that's fine. Okay, so that's done. They're saying use the prep pad to wipe over your nails first. Okay, so a tiny little pad like this. Oh, it's just, I thought it folded in half. It's literally just like this little square here. So I'm just going to wipe over my nails. And I think I'm going to wipe over all 10 fingers now, but I think I'm going to apply one hand all the way across and then come back and do my other hand and then show you final pictures and stuff instead of trying to do like back and forth. Okay, so that's done. Kind of let that air out a little bit because it says your nail should be completely dry. Next is select the strip size for each nail. So let's see what we got here. So looking at these strips, it says there's 32. Are there really? Oh yeah, there's, okay. So I was like, that's not right. So this is what the pack looks like when you first open it. When you take the first set of strips off, there's that little like silver thing again. And then there's another set of strips behind it. So that's where the extra ones are. Because I was like, that is not 32. What are you talking about? Okay, and then the little sparkly ones, you only get this. And then the bigger sizes, I guess for your thumbs, you just get those two. Okay, so the majority of your colors, put that down, the majority of your colors, oh no, are they stuck together? Okay, are gonna be these blue ones here, so that's fine. So let's just get started. Okay, figure out which one's gonna fit on my pinky first. Like I said, I have wider, did I say this? I don't know. I have wider nail beds, so that was one thing that I definitely struggled with using nail strips before, was making sure that it actually fit my nail without being too small. And they do say that you want to go on the smaller side instead of it being a little bit too big, which is fine. One thing that I'm noticing is that just looking at the sizing, like on the smaller sizes there, you can kind of see that that top section looks a tiny bit more tapered than the bottom for the smaller sizes, and then it looks like it kind of continues all the way up. Maybe I'm just seeing things. I think I'm just seeing things. I think it kind of evens out once you get to the bigger sizes. But the smaller one for sure, like that pinky one, you can see that the top half is definitely more tapered than the bottom, which I have different shaped cuticles across my hand. So like my pinky is definitely more rounded, but then like my middle nail and my pointer finger are more square. So it is nice that they offer a little bit more of a squared off cuticle instead of them all being very tapered. I have tried strips like that before and they just don't look right on me because they're just too narrow and tapered. That doesn't work for me. So I think for my pinky, I'm going to use the second smallest. I think the third smallest would be too big. Yeah, I think I'm going to use the second smallest. So I'm kind of just, because it's a clear background, it's a little bit of like a frosted backing instead of like a super clear one, but I'm just kind of holding it up to my nail like this, trying to line it up as best as possible, and then just checking the sides to make sure that the strip itself isn't going to stick to my skin on the side. Okay, so I stuck that on there, and then they were saying to press down from your cuticle up to the top, and you want to press the middle first, and then from the middle out across this side, and then out and around that side. Now you could use a cuticle pusher to do this. I'm just going to use my finger and try to focus the pressure just in the middle instead of like pressing it all at once. That was one thing I noticed when I was using nail strips before. If you just tried to like press the whole thing at once, you would end up getting wrinkles, where if you do it in sections, it smooths it out a lot better. So let's like press the middle first. And then from here and kind of like swoop up and outwards. And then up and outwards like that. And then once it's on, I kind of just like do one of these to make sure it's really pressed down, and then really get the corners of my nails, because that was one place I always dealt with peeling, was like the corner of my nail here. And then I'll hold the tip and kind of like tug downwards a little bit to make sure the tip of my nail is good. Kind of like do one of these. Rub right against the tip like that. Fold over excess material. So I guess I'll fold it like this. File firmly across your free edge, file in one direction. Filing from side to side will tear the edges, so go one direction at a time. Okay, so I'm gonna use the file that they gave me. It is a very tough grit, so it should take this off pretty quickly. So I'm just gonna go like vertically. And I'm doing it vertically, but my finger's at a bit of an angle because I don't want to take the color off the top of my nail. I just want to get it off the edge here. And from my experience of doing this before, I realized if I actually did it vertically, I always caught a little bit at the top. So if I keep my nail diagonally like this, I kind of like curved it a little bit more. And you can see it just like peels off, and then I just forgot the corners there. So then I'll just go back. And that's it. Just kind of clean up the edges there, make sure I got the corner as well. And that was really easy to apply. And it does look like that was a good size for that nail. There's a little bit of my natural nail showing on either side, but that's what you want. You don't want it to be so big on the sides that it touches your skin, because then it definitely will peel up. So just leaving that tiny bit of natural nail behind it is better than nothing. I mean, if it fits perfectly, then it fits perfectly, but that's like probably never gonna happen. So leaving that little bit is fine, because when you're looking at your nails straight on like this, you're probably not gonna see that. All right, let's go ahead and do the rest of my nails. All right, gel strips are on. Let's just look at them first glance once I've just put them on. I will say I do like this color. They did have a couple different color combinations, but I liked this blue one better. I did get a wrinkle in my pointer finger. Maybe I'll do a better video later to show you. And that's the only one though. So, and it's kind of hard to smooth out now because it's already like set up there. I can see how that would be an issue for someone who's never applied these before. You definitely need that practice, maybe watching a video to like help you figure out the best way to do it. Maybe practicing with these, if you're like, don't do it for the first time if you're going to an event or anything, but like practice a little bit first. The thicker one, the very glittery one, definitely needed a little bit more pressure to actually get it to stick to my nail, versus the really thin, just the plain color one. I would say that this like marbled one is kind of in the middle when it comes to the texture. It's not as thin as the solid blue, but it's not as thick as the glitter either. But overall, yeah, they were really easy to apply. I will say that just looking at my nails this way, like straight on, I can see little bits that the nail file missed. So I'm actually going to go back in just with a glass nail file, like slightly at an angle, just to get those little corners up. Again, with my experience with nail strips, those are the little corners that will cause it to peel faster. I'm going to go ahead and clean up these little corners and then do my other hand, take some final pictures to show like the before, and then I will keep you updated on how well these last over the next week or two. All right, today is March 25th, and I have officially had these gel strips on for a full 2 weeks. Let's see how they look. All right, so on my left hand, you can definitely see where they've grown out, like right here at the base. So from a distance, they actually don't look bad. They've lasted pretty well. The one thing that I definitely notice is where, like on the tips of my nails. So my pointer nail, this one actually broke not long after I put the strips on. My nail underneath broke. So I had to like file the strip down because there was nothing for my nail to hold on to. Well, there was no nail for it to hold on to. And I filed a little too much, so I filed some of the color off of the tip. So I'll show you like pictures of what it looked like right after I had to do that, and then what it looks like now. So you can kind of tell the difference there. But overall, like from a distance, it's really not that bad. What else? My middle nail, this one definitely broke. Let me see. You can kind of see that right there. Yeah, my nail broke underneath again. And I've been like, the strip is like the only thing holding it together, but it has absolutely been snagging on stuff for the last, I don't know, since whenever it broke. But my ring finger and my pinky don't look too bad. Ring finger looks basically fine. There's a little bit of the strip peeling back on this corner, so you can see more of my nail underneath. And then on my pinky, the corner actually chipped a little bit, so then my nail underneath broke again. So you can kind of see how that's not really smooth. All right, what else? So my left thumbnail, you can see that little wrinkle there is where the strip bent back, and then again my nail broke underneath it. So that's exactly what I was talking about, is as soon as that kind of peeled back a little bit, which like it was already doing that, my nail underneath was like, yep, great, time to go. One other thing that I noticed, I think it was yesterday, is that my pointer nail right here, the strip started to peel back. Was it this side? I think it was this side. Started to peel back a lot, and I kind of looked up. I think it was after I went to the gym. I looked up, and this was like up a lot more. This whole thing was kind of like bent up. So I tried to like smush it back down a little bit to try to save it, which it did work, but I know that if I went to do anything else with my hands today, whether I was doing my hair or doing dishes without gloves on or cleaning or whatever, like this would absolutely peel back up again. And then on my right hand had it a little worse. Pointer finger, again, the strip peeled back a little bit, and then my nail underneath started to break. You can kind of see that like chip that's missing out of it, right where the strip peeled back. Middle nail is fine. Ring finger actually is fine. The corner peeled back on the strip, so then more of my natural nail is exposed right here. Try to like, yeah, you can kind of see right there how that's more exposed. And then my my pinky nail, you can see more of those wrinkles where it almost looks like it got pushed back a little bit, where it wasn't like that originally. But luckily, I actually didn't like, my nail underneath hasn't broken yet. It's probably about to. Actually, I think my right hand might be better than my left hand because none of my nails underneath broke besides my pointer. And then my thumbnail. My thumbnail definitely broke. You can kind of see some wrinkling right here where everything started to peel back. And then on the tip of my nail underneath broke to the point that I kind of had to just like pull the broken part off. And this was only a couple days ago, so I wasn't going to try to like fix it since I knew I was taking these off pretty soon. But the extra strip I just tried to like fold over where my nail used to be, and it's causing like wrinkles, and it was snagging on stuff, and you can see where like that little flap is peeling back just because my nail underneath is completely broken. So like my nail used to be there, that part broke, and then when I took it off, the strip is now just like flapping around. So yeah, I tried to fix it, but I didn't try that hard. So that's what they look like after a full 2 weeks of wear time. So now what we're gonna do is look at how to take these things off. So looking at the back of the packaging, it says just gently lift off. I don't know if I want to do that because one thing that I struggle with my natural nails is peeling, where the layers of my nails kind of like peel apart. And if I sit here and just peel this off, it's going to take the top layer of my nail with it, which I'm going to be very upset because it's going to make my nails even thinner, and that's not what we want. So I think I will show you where my pointer nail was already peeling back a little bit. I'll try to peel this one off like on its own, and we'll see how it looks. But for the most part, I'm going to be using a lightweight oil to kind of loosen up the adhesive underneath before I peel it off. One thing that I used to do when I wore a different brand of gel strips was just use nail polish remover on like a little orange stick, kind of wiggle the stick underneath it, get the nail polish remover underneath, and that helped to really dissolve the glue, and I could take it off a lot easier. But I want to see if I can do it with just some oil, and then if not, and it starts to like tear up my natural nails, then I'll go grab nail polish remover. So let me just see if I can peel this back just a little bit. So I can already start to see right at the bottom of my nail, there's that little white piece right there. That's a part of the layer of my natural nail coming up that's not adhesive. And if I pull any more, you can also see it at the top a little bit. So let me try to zoom in. So some of those little white sections are my natural nail peeling, not adhesive. So I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to use some oil. This is from Melanin Hair Care. This is their multi-use oil. I like using this on my hair. I use it on my hands and nails. I use it on my body when I get out of the shower. So I'm just going to put like a drop of it and then kind of slowly use that to like massage this off and like slowly work it off my nail, which will hopefully help it to slide a little bit better and not take the layers of my natural nail along with it. One thing that I like to do too when I used to wear these, the way that I would take them off is definitely starting from the base of my nail and working up instead of working from the tip and pulling it down. Again, I deal with peeling, but I noticed that if I work from the bottom up, it didn't peel as badly. Whereas if I started at the tip where my nail was probably already peeling, if I just came down with it, it just continued to peel the rest of the way down. Okay, so I would definitely recommend if you deal with any type of issues on your nails, or you just don't want to damage them any further, peeling up might not be the best bet. You might end up dealing with a little bit of damage, peeling, whatever. So grab a little bit of an oil and then put that on to help to slowly push the strip off your nail. You can also use a nail polish remover, but I think just to, I'm not going to repaint my nails right now. I'm going to go ahead and use this oil and then take the rest of these off. Alright, so just taking off my left hand, you can definitely see, like I said, my pointer nail broke earlier, so that's shorter. The rest of my nails don't actually look that bad, though. My middle nail, this is the one that broke, like, here. So I'm going to have to file that down, because, like, that whole corner's coming up. But for the most part, and then my pinky actually chipped a little bit more than I thought. You can see, like, all of that's broken. But for the most part, it did do a decent job at protecting my natural nail. I need a little bit more protection, so if you're like me, this might not be enough. One thing you could do is actually layer. It might defeat the purpose, but if you have gel polish, you could actually layer a base coat and then a top coat over top of the strips, and that would help to kind of seal it in. You could wrap the tip, and it would help the color to last a lot longer, and it wouldn't get that wear and tear on the edges, and it would add more strength to your nails if that's something that you need. So that's just one other option for you, if you have struggle nails like I do. So yeah, that's it for my review of these Dashing Diva Gloss Gel Strips. Overall, what I think is they definitely apply very well. Let me go through the claims. So, salon gel effects. I wouldn't say they look like a salon. I've had gel nails done at the salon before, and they don't look like this. But they are nice, so they do look nice. No UV dry time, that's true. No soak off removal, that's true. Normally with gel polish, you have to like scrape up the top and then soak your nails in acetone for like 30 minutes. So you definitely don't need that. I would say you're not really soaking it, but I would definitely say using something like an oil, like a nail oil or a hair oil or whatever, is going to help you to remove them easier with less damage to your natural nails. You could maybe get away with peeling them off if you don't have damaged or peeling nails already, but if you do, or you want to avoid that from happening, I would definitely use an oil or something when it comes to removing them. And then chip resistant shine. Yeah, I mean the strips themselves didn't chip, they just kind of peeled back some. So let me see if I can do this. So like my pointer finger, definitely the strip definitely peeled back, and then my nail underneath it broke. But the strip itself didn't chip like nail polish would chip. So that's true. It also says they last up to 14 days. That's true. I did get 14 days use out of them. So overall, I like these. I think these strips would be a good option for you if you're the type of person who doesn't like changing your nail polish that often. You want to put something on and then just let it stay for at least a week. pushing 2 weeks, but at least 1 week. If you like changing your nails more frequently, like I do, you might get kind of bored of these. I was kind of bored with this after like 4 days, I want to say. But that's just me being extra. So if you're not like that, then I think you would like these. If you are looking for something that's easy to apply to your nails and you don't want to wait for it to dry, you don't want like lamps and all that other stuff, you just want to like stick it on and go, I think this is definitely a good option for you. It would probably take a little bit of practice, but this is something that you could do, you know, if you're on your way out somewhere and you're just sitting in the car, someone else is driving, and you're just sitting in the passenger seat of the car, or I've done this on the train before. I had another brand of nail strips that I used to use, and I was going out for my birthday a few years ago, and we were taking the train down to the city, and I actually just grabbed the strips, brought them with me, and put them on the train. So then by the time we got down to the city, my nails were done, and I didn't have to worry about like, now the train car smells like nail polish or waiting for them to dry or anything like that. I just stuck them on and left, and then we were good for my event. If I was taking pictures, you know, going out, having fun, like that was great. So I think in a situation like that, I would definitely keep these. I've got a wedding or I've got, you know, something that I want to go to where I want my nails to look nice, but I just don't have the time to paint them ahead of time. I just don't have the time to dedicate. I don't want to pay a lot of money to go get them done. Picking up a set of these strips, which cost like $7 at Target, would be a great lifesaver. I would definitely keep these. I would just get a set of these and then just like keep them in my collection so that way if something came up, I can just grab them, pop them on where I need to, and then go out the door. So yeah, I do recommend these. I definitely like them. For me, I like changing my nails a lot more frequently than 14 days. So although this would be good for like a short-term weekend event, like I said, or like a one-time thing, I would want to take them off way before the 14 days. So would it be worth it at that point? Maybe, maybe not. It's not like you can reuse these. You do get 32 strips in here, but based on the size of your nails, you're only going to get a certain amount of usage. Like you're not going to use on 32 strips unless you take the bigger ones and like trim them down to fit your nails. And then you find a way to use the smaller ones, like on your toes or something. If you're not trying to do all that, you're definitely going to have excess that you're just not going to use. So yes, there's 32 in here, but you're not going to be using all 32. You might be able to get like a second manicure out of this set. But even if you only got the one manicure, $7 for a manicure is a great deal. Not like you're going to the salon, you don't have to wait for them to dry. So even if you only bought this one kit and then you only got one manicure out of it, $7 for one manicure is a good deal. I would personally like to stretch it and get a second manicure out of this, which would make it $3.50 a manicure. That's even better. But yeah, if you only got one manicure out of this and then you just had extras that you maybe mix and match with other packs, I think that's a good way to do it too. So yeah, that's all that I've got for you today. I hope this video was informative. I hope it helped you. I hope you like seeing reviews like this. If you do, make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe if you want to see more nail-related, beauty-related videos from me. And leave a comment. Let me know, have you tried gel strips of any type before? Are you interested in trying them? Or are you the type of person that's like, I'll just stick to regular nail polish, or I'll just stick to regular gel polish. I don't want to do this whole strip thing. Anyway, I think that's it. That's all I've got for you today. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, and share this with a friend. Maybe someone else is interested in trying these products. So definitely share this with a friend too. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.